Easter Sunday worship, Sunday, April 4th, 2021 at 11 a.m. Come worship with us back in the sanctuary for the first time in over a year. Worship will begin at 11 a.m. and congregants will be able to enter the sanctuary beginning at 10. But first, there are COVID protocols and procedures. Please know that not all entryways will be open, only the entry near the elevator and the main doors. As you enter, you will grab your communion kit to keep with you until the end of the service. You and your family will then be directed to an available seat socially distanced from everyone else. There will be plenty of signage everywhere for you to follow to figure how to get to and from the restrooms. Sanitizing stations will also be located throughout the church, and remember, most importantly, do not forget your mask. Masks must be worn throughout the entire service while you are in the church. We can't wait to see you in the service on Sunday, April 4th at 11 a.m. See you there!
Hi, this is Pastor Clark here at Sardis Missionary Baptist Church. I want to take this time to thank you for worshiping with us via social media on Sunday during this time of COVID-19. You're always welcome to join in with us as we experience Christ, share his word, and build believers, even here during this time. Thanks again, Please feel free to join us.
What a friend we have in Jesus.
Good morning to you, and thank you for spending a portion of your weekend with us here in the worship service at Sardis Missionary Baptist Church in the great city of Birmingham, Alabama, where we experience Christ share his word and build believers. It's our sincere hope and desire that something will be said, sung, or done on today that will aid you in your decision to run on and see what the end will be, but also will aid you in your decision to worship with us again in the immediate, if not too distant future. On behalf of the entire faith community here, its membership, its leadership, and its official staff, we wish to say to you thank you for spending a portion of your weekend, a portion of your Sabbath day, a portion of your time of reverence, rest, and reflection with us on today. Because when I think about the goodness of Jesus and all that he's done for me, my soul, our souls, collectively cry out, hallelujah. Thank you for saving a wretch like me. I don't totally subscribe to my being such low part of life. It's just the word of the song. Thank God for saving a wretch like me. Thank God for saving such a person as me. It's been almost an entire year. It has been an entire year since we have last worshiped together in the shared space of our public sanctuary. And we want to say that we miss you, and we are also concerned about your health, your well-being. That's why we have adhered to the guidelines from day one of maintaining an adherence to the CDC guidelines for our own public safety and health. But as we are making progress in the way of being vaccinated and each of us receiving our vaccines, we look forward to the day when we can joyfully enter into worship again together. We will know more experientially based upon our experience what it means to cite and to recall Psalm 100. Make a joyful noise unto the Lord, all ye land, right? Come before his presence with singing and enter into his courts with praise. Be thankful unto him and bless his name. We look so excitedly for that day as being the day wherein we will worship God in collective community again. However, this first Sunday in the month of April, which will be the celebration of Easter Sunday morning, we will have in-house worship service here at Sardis MBC. Again, we will adhere to all of the stipulations and the regulations and the guidelines of the CDC. We will have instructions on how to maintain our social distancing or how to maintain our social distance and how to maintain our social spacing and mask and hand sanitizing, and you'll get more information throughout the span of our worship time that we will spend on today. Today is a very unique day, not only as we look back on how we have come such a long way in terms of having our lives halted, our lives impacted and affected by the coronavirus pandemic. But we have lamented the loss of life of so many people who, throughout the span and the scope of this pandemic, who have meant so much to us, who have been near and dear to us, and were fatally impacted by the coronavirus disease. Those of us who are still here, we still say to the Lord, thank you for keeping us, and thank you for protecting us. Thank you for manifestations of your grace in another way. Not that those who have gone on did not experience God's grace. I often say they are in a much better place now. They are in a place of promise, living out their lives perennially, eternally, in the presence of God. So I thank God for the manifestation and demonstration of his grace on this side of the Jordan as well as on the other side. The church sings songs like this in hopes and in anticipation of seeing God again and seeing our loved ones again. Can't wait to see him and look up on his face, right? Shake hands with the elders and thank him for his grace. We are thankful that we have a God who loves us not simply because of, but he loves us despite sometimes when we feel like we are unlovable. God's love is indeed unconditional, and we thank God for that. So I wanted to just come and share on today how blessed we are and how thankful we are as a worshiping community, not only the members of Sardis Missionary Baptist Church, but irrespective of where our places of worship are, where we are situated throughout this globe, throughout this world, we are thankful for God for the opportunities that he gives us and for the blessings that he extends to us on a regular basis on each and every day. The psalmist says, "This is the day that the Lord has made, and let us respond appropriately to it." The Bible says, "Let us rejoice and be glad in it." I often say, simply as a way just to make conversation and to realize how we ought not take life too seriously to the extent that we forget to remember to rejoice. The psalmist says, this is the day that he has made, and our responsibility is only to rejoice and be glad in it. None of us would not know where even to start if we had to make a day. We would know where to begin. So the Lord relieves us of such impossibility. He says, you are finite, I am infinite. And you are limited, and he is limitless. He makes each and every day. He relieves us of that responsibility or of the onus of even trying to think about how to make a day. He wants us not to make a day, but to make the best of each and every day by rejoicing. Today is March 21st. Yesterday was the day 3 years ago that I personally lamented the loss of the love of my life. My sweet, dear mother went home to be with the Lord. I saw that my younger brother Brian on today said that we still lament, we still miss, and we still reflect upon the loss of the world's greatest mom. She was a 4-foot giant, and she was as sweet as her name indicates. She was as sweet as a rose, but we often knew that while being sweet as a rose, she bore the complexity
of being sweet, but at the same time being stern. So as I pray for you, I pray that you pray for me as I look back over my life and celebrate on today my mother going home 3 years ago this day to be with the Lord. So let us look again collectively at Psalm 118, verse 24. This is the day that the Lord has made, and let us rejoice and be glad in it. Could we even fathom what it would mean for God to include in the creation of our day a time wherein now we are not permitted to be peopled together or to share the communal space together with people that before the pandemic we would regularly be with each and every day. I think the oddity and the uniqueness of where we are is a testament to God's strength and ability to, despite where we may find ourselves in life, He's still a God who is able, capable, and competent enough to sustain us and to keep us amid COVID-19. The other day I was talking to some of my colleagues about where we find ourselves and how at the end of each calendar year, every pastor, every prophet, every person who has a vocation within the ranks of clergymen and women, at the end of each year, everybody would say that the upcoming year would portend, or the upcoming year would be a year of relief, a year of release, a year of deliverance, a year of something always being added to our person in terms of some experience or in terms of some material acquisition. But no one, if I were a wagering man, I would wager that no one prophesied that at the end of 2019, that 2020 would be a year of COVID-19, a year of separation from people that we love, a year of lamentation, lamenting the loss of people that we love. No one occupied accurately, I would say, no one prophesied accurately that 2020 would be a year wherein we would suffer tremendous loss and tremendous restrictions upon how we would go about living our public lives. But God is still a God who is worthy to be praised. Even in this day that He has made provisions for us to maintain some degree of our health. He's made provisions for us to maintain some degree of our happiness. And He's certainly made provisions for us to understand that He's a God who still is capable of caring for us. In this day that the Lord has made, again, it's not always what we would anticipate, what we would want, what we would think. But I overheard Isaiah say that His ways are not our ways, His thoughts are not our thoughts. As high as the heavens are above the earth, so are God's ways removed from and above our ways. As distinctive as he is in his capacity, he still takes joy and delight in humanity. He still takes joy and delight in rescuing, in responding to, and in redeeming lost humanity. I pray that this year of global health crisis has been a year wherein you have taken advantage of the time of spending time with yourself, spending time communion and in meditation with God. Maybe of all the years hitherto, this year has proven to be a very productive year, a year wherein we have enforced in the silence of our own spaces or in the sanctum or the sanctuary of our own spaces, spend some time with God. From our community to yours, from Sardis, MBC, to you and your homes, and your towns, your hamlets, and your villages, we say to you, despite where we've been, despite what we have gone through, despite what we have faced, the enormous pain that this pandemic has caused us, we still have faith. We still have joyful delight. We still, like Paul, can say that I am persuaded that he is able to keep that which we have committed unto him against that day. And we thank God for keeping us. We thank God for maintaining us. And we thank God for assuring us that we are never alone. That we are never alone. His word declares, this is the day that the Lord has made, and let us rejoice and be glad in it. No matter what comes, no matter what will or may, do yourself an awesome favor and remember that this is the day that the Lord has made, and I'm going to rejoice and be glad in it. May God bless you, and may God keep you, for he has, for this last year of global pandemic and health crisis, and as they say, if he did it before, he certainly can do it again. From our hearts to yours, we love you and we wish you well. We wish you the best. Rejoice and be glad in it.
Easter Sunday worship, Sunday, April 4th, 2021 at 11 a.m. Come worship with us back in the sanctuary for the first time in over a year. Worship will begin at 11 a.m. and congregants will be able to enter the sanctuary beginning at 10. But first, there are COVID protocols and procedures. Please know that not all entryways will be open, only the entry near the elevator and the main doors. As you enter, you will grab your communion kit to keep with you until the end of the service. You and your family will then be directed to an available seat socially distanced from everyone else. There will be plenty of signage everywhere for you to follow to figure how to get to and from the restrooms. Sanitizing stations will also be located throughout the church, and remember, most importantly, do not forget your mask. Masks must be worn throughout the entire service while you are in the church. We can't wait to see you in the service on Sunday, April 4th at 11 a.m. See you there!